Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Hello everybody, Sani Bunani.
Thank you for being part of our family. My name is Pumla, the Lady of Power.
My name is Jave, Grandmaster Bugsy.
And we are the Boardwalkers.
So today's topic is going to be about taking action on your financial
plan.
On your financial plan.
Yeah. Okay, so you taking action on your financial plan it looks like this. So the first thing you're going to have to do is to have a plan on, you're going to have to write down your foundation, like what it is that you need to take control in, and your debts, and also write down how much do you want to see in your bank account, how much do you want to make a year or a month. And so the first one is you have to prioritize the most urgent debts, which is the kind of debts that is small debts.
Yeah.
Which is it's going to lead you to a snowball method. So you're going to have to take care of the most urgent debts, and you're going to have to take care of the most important bills. Okay, so if you don't need it, you don't have to have it. Take that money that you use to pay for other things that are unnecessary and put it into your debt. So everything that you need, everything that you do, like let me say, what is the least thing that somebody needs? Like a subscription.
Subscriptions.
Yes. Buying clothes every month.
Yeah, that part.
All that, you take the same money that you use for all those
clothing.
Things, yes, you put it straight into your debts, and you pay it from small debt to the bigger debt. While you are paying off the small debt, make sure that you are paying at least the minimum on the bigger debts, on the debts that don't just ignore and pay one by one. Pay the minimum on the others, and then pay as much as you can on the first one.
Correct.
Which is the smallest one. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so that's a snowball method. You want to explain the snowball method? Which is the second point. First point was prioritize most urgent, and then the second point is snowball method.
Okay, yeah. So you're basically building momentum, and what that focuses on is you take your smaller debts, you start paying on the smaller debts while you're paying minimum. If you don't have enough to pay on your bigger minimum debts, then focus on the smallest debt. And so what happens is you create dopamine, and once you get the dopamine hit, and you understand that I just knocked one out of the way, I'm done with one. I gotta work on the next one. So you start working on the next one. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Say if it's like a $500, debt, $600 debt, $700 debt, $800 debt.
Mm-hmm.
You working on that, right? Compared to your 20,000, compared to your 13,000, $10,000, $7,000 debt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're focusing on the smallest one. So you pay that one down, roll on to the next one. Pay that one down, roll over to the next one. Pay that one down. And so by the time you look back, you're like, dang, I done paid down 3 debts so far. I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
What also happens is the snowball method allows you to start freeing up a lot of your money, and a lot of money that's frozen, right? Because when you get in debt, you're basically in frozen. All your options, all of the opportunities, the things you can access now become closed doors, because now, your loyalty within the game is frivolous, right? Unworthy or untrustworthy.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the snowball method, which builds momentum.
Exactly. And then number 3, budget for progress towards your freedom plan. So the plan that you're going to have to have a budget towards that. You're going to have to have a budget on how you're going to pay everything, and have a plan on where you're going to get the money and how is the money going to come in. What are you planning to cancel? Which subscription are you canceling? Which things are you going to pause on? Which things are you going to prioritize? So you prioritizing the most important things, which is becoming debt free. Now you know that I'm going to take that money from those subscriptions. I'm going to calculate, hopefully, maybe like you have not hopefully, but maybe you have like $100 in subscription, or $50 or $20. You take the $20, you put it on the debt that you are trying to pay, that you're working on paying, which is like a snowball method.
Yes.
Right? Like slow from small debt to the biggest debt.
Large.
So you create a plan, you create a budget to what's your plan, how is it going to work, where is the money going to come from. So you need to start from scratch. You need to open up your all your bank accounts. You need to print out all your, I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. You need to find out where is the money going and what can you cancel and what can you work on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say if it's a lot. I would say if you have the mindset that that's too much, then you're in a rude awakening. It means that the priorities and you doing what it needs to take in order to have control over where your money is going, you're going to take a heavy impact. You don't want to just make yourself a consumer, because the people that set up ways for you to purchase the things that they've created for you to stay busy, they've planned these things. And if you, like I, are not too cool with that and want to have the ability to sit there and say, I have control and I will not be I would not let someone stand guard at the door of my own mind,
right,
and make me do things the way they want me to do them,
right.
And I get that quote that's been ringing so long: stand guard at the door of your mind, because if you won't, someone else will. And that also goes with your health, your wealth, love, and happiness. You see a lot of people out here who's not living the American dream. Like, what is the American dream, right?
It's outside of America.
It ain't debt.
I'm kidding.
It ain't debt. And if it is debt, you have to understand that there's people who playing with debt in a level that you're not. You're being more the lower totem pole of how you are getting played by debt.
Yeah,
right.
That's true.
Businessmen use debt as a leverage, and they get paid off that debt.
Right.
But you are suffering from that debt. It may not be suffering like a body pain, but you're suffering in a way that when you walk in a room, or when you want something, or when you know what I'm saying, need to expand, you are now a slave to the borrower.
It says be the lender, not the borrower.
Yeah. Or you are now a slave to the lender, I should say.
Yeah.
I was trying to say the borrower, like the person who gave it to you, but that's the lender who gave you the money. And now you're a slave to them. Contract wise, paperwork wise, credential wise, social security wise, state wise.
Okay, let's move on. Number 4, track everything. Do you want to tell us more about that? Once resolved, celebrate the progress.
Yeah.
So do you want to say do you have anything to say in terms of like tracking everything in your plan?
Yes. Know thyself. Tracking everything allows you to be aware of what you are circulating most on. Now, when you are aware of what you're circulating most on, then you are able to have conscious awareness on, man, maybe I am circulating too much on food outside the house.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm spending $10 per day, or whatever the case may be, out eating. Why? Because I don't want to feel like cooking, or I don't have the fun, or I don't know how to cook, or whatever the case may be. Whatever the belief system is, belief systems are changeable.
Yeah.
Right? And so you can exchange old beliefs with new beliefs.
Yeah.
Right? But it all starts with action. It all starts with effort. It all starts with executing. Right? And so with this being said, maybe these purchases or maybe these things where your money is going is taken away from you. So now you say, okay, I'm gonna stop doing that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna stop doing it for at least 21 days, or I'm gonna stop doing it for at least 30 days, so I can see where that money is going, right? And then I'm sending the money outwards. But I'm the last point I had was
track everything.
Yeah. So you started paying attention that, okay, I'm gonna do this for 21 days. I'm gonna do this for 30 days. And then what I'm gonna notice is how much am I not circulating when I was circulating a lot. And I'm gonna make simple meals to then last me for at least 7 days.
Yeah.
Which then compounds to 7-day meal prep at home versus 7-day out eating. And how much did I save in the midst of that? So then you start just basically being aware. You're not letting any and everybody in and out your house. You're keeping track who in your room. There's very few in the room, right? You're keeping track on how many people taken out of your account. You're keeping track on how many people who are bad in your circle, who talk down. You don't surround yourself around them. It's a management of life. Keeping track is managing what you have. You work for a company. They say, hey, I need you to do the finances of the company. Your job is to manage what's going out.
Right.
So this is what this is about. Tracking everything is management skills. If you're not aware of what management skills are, please read a book that's about it. It will give you so much insight, because management skills comes with leadership.
That's right.
So you're not only leveling yourself up in these areas, but you're leveling yourself up within value of areas. You, yourself, and anybody else that's underneath you.
Right.
Or that you take care of.
Right. Also have a day where, like, maybe every week, maybe on a Sunday, sit down and review your finances. Review what's happening, how far are you, and how far are you going. That will build momentum, and that will also help you. It will also help you be able to know what you're celebrating, and you know what you're going, and is it working? Are you doing the right thing, or are you not doing the right thing? Are you missing some steps? Okay. And once you resolved one of the, let me say, once you pay one of the debts, you celebrate it. I don't know how you want to celebrate it. You celebrate it though.
To the windows, to the walls.
It's either you are like, oh yes, you celebrate it in a way of like, okay, I'm just gonna have a glass of wine. You celebrate it in a way of like, okay, I'm just gonna, do something that you normally don't do. That's celebrating. Go somewhere. Today, this is what I'm gonna do to celebrate myself. So yeah. And then the last one is stay organized. Stay organized in terms of like use calendars, use digital on the wall calendars, use dry erase boards, use planners, use everything that you can use to help you stay organized when it comes to your finances. We have a lot of calendars and dry erase boards in this house. We have a financial calendar, we have personal calendars, we have fitness calendars, we have content creation calendars. From one on the wall to digital one, we use this Notion most of the time, which is easy and helpful. You can try that out. And what else?
We're not sponsored by Notion yet.
We are not sponsored by Notion yet.
However,
Notion a lot. It's a good platform. It's a good platform. It helps you with your meals. They give you a lot, like meal planning. It helps a lot with your script as a content creator. It helps you a lot, to be honest with you. And it's easy to use.
The value that they put into it, they have organized it in a way that suits the user, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like your typical notes, right? Yeah. So for me, I use notes in the Apple system, right?
We do use that a lot.
And before then, I was using notes in the Android system, right? Before I started having iPhones. And the notes has a certain format that it's kind of like it's a face front kind of way of opening it. So you have the bubbles, you have the dots and stuff like that, but the way Notion has opened it and allowed it to work for you as the user is that when you are complete with something, it crosses it out for you. You have other areas that you can open up and expand
You
out
can
in.
have a to-do list.
It's to-do list, but the way it goes to-do list, and the face front of it when you are looking at the structure of it, it's so nice.
That's cool.
It's different and it's nice in the way that they have it work for you when it comes to to-dos, knocking off something, knocking off a goal, aiming towards something, putting it into play on your day-to-day life, scripting, formatting, planning, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, so that was the last point. Do you want to say anything about organize?
Yeah, organize your mother life.
Organized.
Yeah, organizing is a part of like period. But when you can organize things that allows you to have longevity, vitality, this is organized in how you manage your health.
Yeah.
Right. When you are organizing, you can stay organizing in your home. That's a part of mental clarity.
Desktop.
You know, that's all a part of growth. Staying present in the now.
Yeah.
And when you can organize your finances, this is another next level, because then God can trust you on what he gives you and know that when he puts it over here, that it will multiply and that it will not be used frivolously.
Yeah.
And it will be managed correctly. And then that way you put yourself in the spotlight enough for God to be able to use you and put you in positions to where you receive more money.
Yes.
Right? Because now this is a guy that I actually need. This is a person that I actually need. This is a woman that I actually need, because they're not being the world.
Managing.
Not right. And I want to say they're not being the world. There's a statement that's be not of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be not of this world, meaning you don't get lost with the sauce as soon as the money hits your hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yes.
You don't get lost. You don't go all bananas and bonkers and like, oh, I'm a rich, or you don't come from a place of lack, because a lot of the times people come from a place of lack.
Right.
And so what that means is, doesn't necessarily mean you don't have money, but a place of lack means that once you get money, you circulate it on the things that are outwards and that don't give back to you.
Yeah.
Right. You don't circulate it on, your children having a birthday and you open up a trust fund for them, or you open up a stock fund that gives them dividends, then goes to their account, and they are able to access that account at a certain age, or even give them a certain allowance, or connect that to the business to where that goes from there to them, or so on and so forth. And so we're not specifically taught on how to add value and what's valuable, what's more valuable, and what is value.
Yeah.
Right. It's not value to go purchase $600-$700 pairs of shoes when you don't even have something that is generating money for you automatically.
Love it. Well, we have spilled all the gems that we can this morning. We will see you guys later. Make sure you take care of your finances, prioritize the most urgent bills, and do the Snowball Method, and budget for progress. So budget, I'm recapping right now, okay? So budget for your progress for towards your financial plan, and then track everything after that, and then stay organized. Make sure that you know what you're doing, and you are asking God to guide you, to lead you, to be your leader through this whole progress and through this whole management that you're about to start and do in your life. And trust me when I say it is going to happen. So I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I just want to say one last thing before we dip out is instant gratification is one thing, and when you spend, it goes away, and then you have to go back and be slave to get it back to you.
Yeah, take control.
Delayed gratification is you put in somewhere and it has a compound effect to where then it gives you value over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And the more you read books, the more you dive into other people's perspective and insight and knowledge about how they play with money and understand the nature of money and where they are, then the more you will become a seeker, and then you'll start to develop and impress upon your subconscious the mindset and the actions of a person who works in abundance.
Yeah.
Peace, blessings, prosperity, success.
Do you want to know?
What?
I'm sorry, but I just have a point after what you say, the thing that you said about the books. I wanted to say that if you want to know the secret of anything that you're interested in, finances, health, life, love, whatever it is all hidden in the books. That's it.
Peace, blessings, prosperity, successful abundance in your journey in life, and get you on the flip side. And come on.
Gostosa e joga.